Tyson Fury has just said he's giving Anthony Joshua another chance to sign the contract.
A fight that was years in the making.
Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua.
And an unforgettable defeat.
The King, the lone undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury.
This was the two best heavyweights in Britain going head-to-head.
Making his entrance to the ring, the challenger, Anthony Joshua.
But how did one of the world's greatest fighters get destroyed so easily?
Tyson Fury, where you at, baby?
Tyson Fury has enjoyed years at the top of the heavyweight game. With 34 total wins, Fury has smashed through some of the most dangerous pugilist contenders, but not Anthony Joshua. They came close to fighting many times over the years. It wasn't clear who was dodging who, with both fighters claiming they were ready to beef it out. But the fans were split for years. Some believed AJ was simply too powerful, while others argued that Fury's boxing IQ and skill level would finesse Joshua all the way back to his ancestral roots in Lagos. In fact, despite both fighters being British, some fans viewed this fight as a battle between Ireland and Nigeria. Both are known to be warrior nations of the highest ferocity. The DNA of blood and toughness is undeniable. Others claim that Joshua is also part Irish, meaning the national ancestry of the two fighters is simply not relevant. But regardless, how could the Gypsy King lose considering his immense skill? Indeed, Tyson's unorthodox style is so unique in the way he gracefully carries his own 6'5" frame. It goes without saying, a man of this size should not be able to move so fast. Previous fights against the likes of Vladimir Klitschko truly exemplify Fury's power of movement.
Tyson Fury, because Vladimir is not punching. I mean, look at that!
Despite his imposing size, Fury moves with the agility of a much smaller fighter, effortlessly gliding across the canvas with a deceptive ease that belies his sheer mass. Pretty surprising given the man's disdain for all things healthy.
Done, then maybe that's another step.
Listen,
where are we?
I could drink 14 pints of beer and still give AJ an iron. No problem.
Fury fights like a ghost. He practically twitched and feinted the stiff-armed Klitschko into paralysis. Here, Fury exemplifies his uncanny ability to evade punches with a combination of head movement, footwork, and reflexes that seem simply supernatural. Like a matador toying with a bull, he effortlessly slipped and countered his opponent's attacks, frustrating Klitschko with his elusive target and leaving the European champion swinging at thin air.
Unified heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury.
Joshua has proven time and time again that he struggles against these kind of technical fighters. In both his initial fight and his rematch against Alexandre Usyk, AJ demonstrably failed to contend with his opponent's elite-level boxing skill. Similar to Fury, Usyk is able to use footwork to create impenetrable angles. For Joshua, who prefers to use force and aggression, this was like trying to fight a ghost with a hammer. AJ tried to box Usyk when he should have simply fought him. Usyk proved simply too intelligent. He moved like a dancer, he was too fast, created too many angles.
The problem with fighting Usyk is you can never build on anything. Beautiful right uppercut to the body.
And the Gypsy King can move in the same way. So how does Fury get destroyed by Anthony Joshua? Many fight fans knew AJ would win. Joshua is the power-punching predator. He excels in everything Fury lacks. He hits hard, fast, and heavy, and no man alive has ever stood the test of these blows. Anthony Joshua could end every fight in the first round, but his skill level is so high that he deliberately keeps the fight going into the fourth and fifth round to give the fans more entertainment. AJ's fights have seen him deliver effective jabs to set up demolishing combinations. Bosh. The thing is, even Fury's elusive style has shown time and time again that he can still get caught. We all remember how Deontay Wilder put Fury flat on his back, and it was at this moment that the whole world thought he might never get back up. Thank God he did.
It's over. Is he going to get up? Can he get up? Can he get up? He does.
Fury to take a punch like this from AJ, the result is likely much worse. Joshua has 100 times more explosive power and knockout ability than Deontay Wilder. AJ's predator nature and his combo punching ability enable him to exploit Fury's defensive openings. It's here that Joshua exemplifies what he does best. He comes in with that raw power like the Joshuasaurus Rex. AJ's victims try to cover up and move, but it's never enough. They get rocked. There's no doubt for many that Fury could not withstand this kind of attack. Look at how he went down at the hands of Steve Cunningham back here. But what about those who say Fury is simply too technical for Joshua to stand a chance? Well, Fury also fought Alexander Usyk, not once, but twice. Both boxers were of the highest technical caliber with incredible IQ, but Usyk beat Fury in both fights.
He's stumbling into the ribbons. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? It's going. The referee might stop it. Whoa!
Not to mention that when Fury fought Klitschko back in 2015, he was arguably at his prime. He glided around the European champion like a ghost on amphetamines and left him humiliated. But Joshua's fight was completely different. AJ stood toe-to-toe with a man who could knock out a rhino and proceeded to exchange bang for devastating bang like a man made of steel. AJ took all the punishment and dished it back even harder. In the end, it was simply too much. Does Fury really have the brass for this kind of power? Both men recently fought Francis Ngannou, easily one of the most dangerous men on the planet when it comes to mixed martial arts.
He is the Predator! He is Francis Ngannou!
Making his debut into professional boxing saw him get beaten by Tyson Fury, but many believed Ngannou actually won the fight. No one expected him to come off so well. Fury was expected to annihilate Ngannou, but instead he was seen to notably struggle with the size, power, and sheer toughness of the Cameroonian legend. At the end of this fight, Fury's face looked like a Bob Ross painting of the sunset. But how did AJ do? Joshua completely annihilated Ngannou. He knocked Ngannou down like a shot of Polish vodka. Fans were shocked to see a dramatic end to Ngannou's premature winning streak in professional boxing.
Focus. Oh! AJ touched him. He went down.
4.
If Fury really is the best heavyweight on the planet, how could these two fights be so different? Fury's fans will tell you that he may not be taking training as seriously these days. In fact, he's been in retirement for months, and it wasn't so long ago he took time out to star in his wife's Netflix reality TV show. Compared to Anthony Joshua, who has a lot to prove given the recent losses on his record. Speculation aside, you can't argue that the Fury of today is simply outgunned against the Anthony Joshua of today. The size of Fury's belly alone would prove a serious challenge for any modestly sized t-shirt. Is it the beer or simply older age that makes this man's back fat look like the sequel to Robin Williams' comedy film Flubber back in 1997? No one can argue that Joshua is definitely more in shape. There's simply no comparison. Others argue that both men care less about boxing than money these days. Given their age, both Fury and Joshua are more focused on securing their financial future at this point. They want big money fights with much less risk, like an exhibition bout against the famous YouTuber Jake Paul. In fact, rumors are already circulating about Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua 2026. But does any of this really matter? In his last fight, Anthony Joshua got completely demolished. After threatening to smash a chair across Daniel Dubois' face in the build-up to the fight, Joshua then proceeded to let Dubois pummel him around the ring for 5 devastating rounds. Dubois was widely considered a prospect in the division until recently. There was nothing juvenile about his aggression. Daniel was determined to punish AJ for the continuous disrespect before the fight. He proceeded to drop AJ 3 times, each time more dramatic than the last. Against Fury, who is known for his psychological warfare and mind games, Joshua's mental toughness could be a decisive factor in maintaining focus and executing his strategy. Fury will no doubt be taunting Joshua throughout the fight, and AJ, despite his toughness, will need to prove a more resilient fighter than the man who threw his belts out of the ring after losing to Usyk back in 2021. At the end of the day, none of this matters. Both men lost to Usyk once, both men lost to Usyk twice. Joshua recently fought Dubois and got whooped so bad it was embarrassing to watch. No doubt if Fury fought Dubois now, he'd be beaten harder than eggs at a bakery. Joshua may be able to beat Fury now, but that's old news, and these are old men. Daniel Dubois is the new face of heavyweight boxing, more than capable of crushing all those who stand in his way. Dubois is the best of British, and he is ready to send the Gypsy King flying from his throne. There's simply no question. This is the end. What do you think? That's what the comment section is for, dummy.